This man lost all of his hair and he gained it back well.
Welcome, baldies of the world.
Well,
only joking. So I assume you've visited this video and clicked on because you're either bald, you're either going bald, or you're thinking about having SMP, which is scalp micropigmentation. And maybe you just want to hear about somebody's experience and maybe to get some validation or just to see whether it's worth doing. And I can tell you yes, because I've had it done. Look.
Me too.
But before I get into that, the journey of that, so I'll go back to when I started going bald. So I went bald at 30, which is like 2010, and I'm 45 in 2 months. So how did it affect me? Well, I think it must affect all men really, but I don't know. It's hard to say because I was 6'2" then, and I still am now. And I kind of had a decent body and worked out, so it didn't really affect me so much. Although one of my ex-girlfriends at the time said, "Oh, it is affecting you." But anyway, her opinion's irrespective now. What did I do about it? Well, I did a number of things. So I used products like Alpecin caffeine shampoo, which I think is a load of crap. It doesn't work. I don't care what the adverts say. It doesn't work at all. So it doesn't override genetics. Tried that. Then I tried those little iron filings. They're like little magnetic fibres that stick to your remaining hair. So you shake it in like a salt and pepper pot, and that kind of does make your hair look thicker. But
there's so much to take care of. You have to be. The maintenance is crazy. You get worried about wind. You get worried about hair whenever it rains. You're literally a hat junkie. That's why every single one of my clients, whenever they come and tell you, after this day, you're going to be free. You're going to be delivered from hats, from worriedness. But let's carry on.
You know, that comes with its own level of embarrassment, because can you imagine if somebody rubbed their hand through your hair and then they had all these like fibres on. So you don't want to keep embarrassing yourself, fellas, when you're going bald. So the next thing I did, I just thought, fuck it. And I just shaved it off. I literally just shaved it all off. Grew my beard, and I was like, right, that's it, just be done with it, and just got on with life. So yeah, and then what else did I do? I got my sleeve tattoo. I don't think that's got anything to do with losing my hair, but maybe I wanted to look like more of, not a thug, but just like a bald guy with a sleeve, and I think it suits me quite well, to be honest. And it even did back in 2011, 12 when I actually got the tattoo done. So that worked for me. It meant changing my the way that I looked. But you have to adapt to yourself, because you can't override those genetics and going bald. So yeah, that's my story. That's a few things that I did. Did it affect anything in my life? No, it didn't stop me getting jobs, good, decent paid jobs. Did it affect my success with women? No. Depends what.
I think because he's tall, 6'2", but if you are 5'5", okay, and you're balding, let me just be honest with you, because today's day and age, it's all about looks maxing and looking the best as possible. It does. Let's just be real. It does affect you, because the framing of your face is no longer there, so you just look like an egg, essentially, one whole thing. I'm just keeping it real, okay? I'm not coming at you, but telling you that there is a solution. And I took that path, so did he. And look at him. You can't even tell, man. Goodness me. Like, this is literally
benchmarking, really. But I always had girlfriends and like one-offs and affairs and hookups and things. So,
if he didn't tell you, you can't tell.
Says, I think a lot of women do like bald men. I think they prefer men with hair, but I think they do prefer bald men. So if that's on your mind, I won't let it worry you too much. I think you've just got to maximise on your other features, like your body. You have to get that body straight first. Obviously, you've got to have your mind straight, and just try and maximise on other areas of your life. And if you need to get some tattoos to make you look like a thug, or to make you look a bit tougher, then just do it, but just maximise what you've got so you can at least feel happier inside without your hair. So, scalp micropigmentation, SMP for short. I'm sure many people have heard of this now, and I think it is actually a great thing for guys that are going bald, or I think women have it as well, to like cover up like thinning hair for when they're going through the menopause. So I think these tattoo artists that are doing it now, I mean, let me step back again. When I lived in Manchester, I used to play football with a guy, and I noticed that he had ink on his head straight away. And I think, to be honest, this was about 2011. All of his mates took the piss out of him, so I don't really think there was his mates really, but I could definitely tell he had SMP because it just looked, it just didn't look natural at all. Like the ink spots were too big and it just looked shit, and I felt sorry for him, to be honest. And I've not seen him for years, so maybe he's got it sorted out. So yeah, that was my first experience. And
so in that case, you're gonna have to get it lasered off and then go to an artist who knows what they're doing, and then they reapply the ink. But with finer needles, multiple needles will give you the 3D look effect where it looks natural and it blends in smooth simultaneously with your hair. Whereas if you use tattoo needles, then yeah, that's when it's too big, and then if they merge the inks under the skin, then that's when you create the blowout, and it just looks bad. Anyone can tell.
It wasn't a good experience. So I think in my mind, I always had the reservations about whether I should get it done or not. So anyway, so fast forward to 2023, before I went to Thailand for the first time in December. I think it was July, August 2023. I don't know what it was, but something clicked in my head about getting SMP. I might have stumbled across some videos on YouTube. You know, that goddamn algorithm was showing me a message. And I was looking in the mirror thinking, well, I'm aging quite well, but I just didn't really like the fact I didn't have any hair. You know, that like shiny head syndrome. So I started investigating SMP, like artists where I live. And there were so many people doing it, I thought, oh my God. I know if I'd have travelled to London, it would have been a better experience. I know there's a lot of good companies down there, and they've got a lot of, they've got very good like Instagram pages with a lot of followers, and you can just tell by the videos and the pictures they post. But going to London was too far for me to get where I live, and it was just too like inconvenient. So yeah, so I chose my artist, and I went to see them. I had like an initial consultation. I mean, come on, I was always skeptical. I was like, oh my God, are these gonna be cowboys? Like, are they gonna ruin my head? What am I gonna look like with? But in a nutshell, you're always thinking, what the hell am I gonna look like with ink on my head? And in the back of your mind, you're always thinking, what the hell are people gonna think? Am I gonna look stupid? Am I gonna have to like commit suicide because someone's ruined my head? If you do think that, it's just natural. So don't worry about it at all. It's just your brain telling you that something's not quite right. But I'm here to tell you, I'm here to like comfort you and say, you will have negative, if you're thinking about this, you will have negative thoughts about doing it, because and at the end of the day, you're having ink on the top of your head. Anything that's here, it's what people see in society, and like you can get judged on it. I mean, not necessarily SMP, but being judged with tattoos on your face. But don't worry about it at all. Please trust me. I got over those feelings, so just trust me. There's nothing to worry about.
I'll tell you this: don't worry about it. If you go to the correct artist, if you go to an artist who doesn't know what they're doing, worry about it. So I'll say, if you go to a correct artist, I tell this to all my clients, especially those ones who went somewhere else, got botched, and then come back for me to try and fix it. I'll say, I'm sorry. What you might have to do first is laser it off, especially if it's too dark. If it's too dense, then you're going to have to laser off. I've fixed a few where it's like, it's not too bad, but it's just obvious. And then you just work on top of it. But there are a few that's just, you need to get it lasered off first and then come back with a clean canvas, and then we can work on it. Makes sense? So it just depends on where you go, really and truly, being honest.
What I want to do now is just show, hopefully I can show you on this video, just like my SMP, just to show you that, I mean, I'll tell you now, I've had it done for 18 months now. Not one person
can tell.
Has noticed, I don't think. I think my mum might have said, what have you done to your head? Well, that's your mum. I think your mum's generally noticed, but not one person has said, have you got a tattoo at all? Which I was very shocked about. So it just goes to show, like, not many people actually are bothered about what's on top of your head. But trust me, people were very surprised when I said that I'd had a tattoo on the top of my head. So yeah, where was I? So yeah, I'll just show you very quickly. So I've still got a lot of my natural hair here. Like I could have like the follicular unit extraction on the top of my head because I've got so many hair follicles on either side. this side, and I've got the SMP all around here. Okay, it kind of does look natural, and it extends all the way to the back of my head, if you can see that. So yeah, you can see there, in this light, it does look very, very natural. And to be honest, what it's done for me, it's actually pulled like the shape of my face back in as well. It's like, I think what it does, it...
Thank you. I've been saying this for the longest. It frames your face. Guys are super obsessed with looks maxing and all of this. It frames your face. When you have no frame to your face, you look weird. Let's just be honest. Unless you got money, you're super rich, where girls could just overlook that. Do you understand? So that's what I'm saying. It frames you.
It reframes your face.
Thank you.
It kind of gives you that kind of square look. So yeah, I've been very happy with this. Bro. I was so happy. Although after the first, it took 2 sessions. It cost me £1,500. I think it was a pretty good price for like the value that I got from it. Remember, when you spend money, it's all about the value. After the first session, I ran down to the toilets in the studio, and I looked in the mirror and I thought, what the fuck have I done? Honestly, that was my initial reaction. I thought, what the fuck have I done? But that's only because there was something on my head. There was ink on my head. And it took me a few weeks to just get used to the idea of having the illusion of hair. That's all it was. But once I'd slept a few times and kept looking in the mirror, in the car mirror, etc., I just got used to the idea. And then when I went back for the second session, probably, I think it took like a month in between the first and second session. Once I did that second session, it really started to pull in. And I think it looks great. Like I honestly think it looks great. And bro, everybody that I talked to about it, women included, they're like, bloody hell, like, you know, you do look, I mean, I look young anyway for my age, but they said you look a lot younger. And people do say that I look about 34, 35. I mean, I'll take that any day. People pay good money for that, which I did. So yeah. In terms of how has it benefited me? Well, if you want, let's have it right, fellas. You want to know if it's going to get you women or not. You can't pull the wool over my eyes, because if you're anything like me, then that's probably the first thing you think about.
This guy.
No, it's not affected my love life at all. I don't know whether it's enhanced it, but the women that I'm getting with are definitely younger, like 25 and 28, mid-30s. So you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know whether it's had an effect, but it's definitely probably given me a little bit more confidence. And it does kind of make you more attractive, I think. So yeah, 100% I'm happy with it. I think it lasts for about...
Let's do an experiment, okay? Let me just pause right there, okay? And let me just zoom in and crop his face to the point where I can't even do it exactly here. Look, I'll do that. He looks bold. Can you see that? Just about there. Let me check where he looks bold. You can see, I'll lower a tiny bit. You see it's got a major difference. You see, even then, how that, can you see literally at the top right there somewhere? I can't even point to it. How he looks bold, automatically it changes his face, especially because of the angle. But when we zoom out, you realize, oh wow, when I show you the top of his hair, so you can see that there's outline. You see how it reframes his shape? That's what the younger look, because obviously youth is associated with hair. Younger people have hair, great hair, genetics, well, not genetics, but great hair, essentially. So that's why you look younger. It affects everything. And take it from someone who's got it, okay?
4, 5, 6 years maybe. Depends how you look after it, and whether, you know, your head's in the sun a lot, or maybe just like the rate of your skin cell turnover. And the reason that SMP looks so good is because the needle doesn't go as far into the skin as a natural tattoo. And I think that's why the ink is a little bit more susceptible to things like exfoliation or just like natural cell turnover, or even like the UV rays from the sun. So I think that's why you have to take care of it, and not like, just basically not, when you go on holiday, not have your head out in the sun like you might have before. So hands down, one of the best.
I'll clarify, you can have your head out completely free. In fact, once you get it, I tell my clients, you can pretty much do what you want, but if you want to preserve this and not see me again for a really long time, basically, I'm trying to save you money. Just have a hat, wear it. You can take it off every now and then, but if you consistently expose your head to the sun, then it's going to fade. The sun makes things fade. It's just the norm. If you get a bit of ink, leave it out in the sun for long enough, it will start to fade. Ink on the paper, it will start to fade. So the sun makes things fade, essentially. So that's what happens. Okay, but you're free to do whatever you want. You could swim, you could do anything. With the fibers, you can't even swim. You dive in the pool, there's a black oil puddle, okay, of black bits and bobs everywhere.
Decisions I've made, and it was probably the best £1,500 I've ever spent.
I agree.
So yeah, if you do watch this video and you're wondering whether you should get it done, I'm telling you now, just do it, man. It'll change your life. Whether you're 6'2".
You heard it from him. Just do it. Just like Nike, just do it. You won't regret it. Okay? So if we're fully booked, I believe I do have to recheck. But if we're not, try and reach out and I'll be able to book you in. But if not, just look. All I'm saying is life is way too short for you to walk around unhappy and be a hat junkie. Get this done. I have, and you won't regret it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And you, my friend, oh yeah, like the video as well for the YouTube algorithm, and I will catch you guys on the next one. God bless.